Do you have an update on Leo's condition, Steve?
Yeah, he thought he felt pretty good this morning. We kept him out for precautionary reasons, and we'll know more tomorrow, Paul, on what's going to happen. But they thought it was best to keep him off the ice today. Lower body, again, just I thought some overall soreness, and he just thought it'd be best to take the rest of the morning off. But he's fine.
Leo could possibly play tomorrow. Could this be a Winnick situation, maybe?
You know, that's up to our medical people. As coaches, obviously, we want Leo in the lineup, but that comes down to our doctors and our medical people. So it's in their hands. But he felt pretty good this morning. But as we said, he's out for precautionary reasons. We'll leave it up to the doctors.
And Phil will be fine to go tomorrow?
Yeah. Again, I think he was just a little bit sore this morning, lower body soreness, as our doctors described it. So we'll fully expect him to be in the lineup.
Talk about Tyler Bozak a bit, and just, you know, those are 3 pretty good games he's had, and he's had many this year, but those, you know, 5 goals in 3 games, what are you seeing that you like from him?
Well, the goals are great, but what we like as coaches is what he does. He's playing with James and obviously with Phil, and 2 very offensive-minded players, and it's the work he does away from the puck to defend as well. So, you know, he's really emerging as a #1 center in this league now, not only offensively as we've seen lately, but defensively. So very underrated in our aspects as coaches, and it's nice to see him getting rewarded with some offense because of all the work he does away from the puck as well.
He's not the quintessential stereotypical sort of center, though, #1 center, is he?
Well, he's, again, when you look at some of the guys in the league that are 6'3" and 6'4", up and down the middle, no, obviously he doesn't fit that mold, but as I said, I think he's a highly underrated centerman. He's great on both sides of the puck, and he's finding that offensive touch now that you want from a #1 center, so it's great to see him finding that.
And really on special teams, he's come alive. Like half of his points this year have been on special teams.
Yeah, he's got a couple of shorthanded goals that were key goals at key parts of games for us, so it's nice to see him doing that defensively, killing penalties, and then we've seen what he can do in the power play, so it's great for him. What it does, it relieves a lot of pressure off of Phil and JVR, so it's nice to see him getting rewarded.
Steve, what do you think was the change? I mean, you get blown out in 2 games, and then now we've had 4 in a row where you've seen, I think, a little more commitment to probably what you guys have been preaching.
Well, I think sometimes you have to hit rock bottom in anything, and we hit rock bottom. No one can deny that game in Buffalo and our home game here against Nashville was probably as low as we can get, let's hope anyways. And saying that, what it does, it gives us a full reset as a coaching staff. It allows us to now go into that dressing room and demand how we have to play. And they were embarrassed. They were embarrassed to go out. We know the demands of playing in the city. And you know what? I think they realized it was an embarrassing moment for our hockey club, and it's nice to see them respond appropriately.
Steve, how much easier is it for the guys to buy into what you're trying to teach them when they have 3 games like they played now, and they can physically see how it works?
Well, we had a good video session this morning talking just about that. Now you're talking about the details of your game, not just the full system, but the details within your system. And it's nice to get to that point as a coaching staff where you're not just talking about your forecheck, your D-zone coverage, you're talking about the details within those systems. So it's great to get to that point. Now it's just a matter of executing. Hey, let's be honest, when we execute away from the puck and we manage the puck responsibly, we're a good hockey club. We know we can score. It's how we play without the puck, and the guys are doing a good job of that lately.
Steve, you got to look at Frederick Gauthier last spring with the Marlies. What might a second chance with Team Canada at the World Juniors mean for his development? Well,
it's critical, especially playing in Toronto and playing in Montreal. It's going to be great for Freddie, and you know he's going to have a good camp. But I know, having coached that team, the onus on face-offs, the responsibility of killing penalties, and he fits that mold. He's just a big character guy that can win face-offs and kill penalties. So my fingers are crossed for him, but I know how important he can be in a tournament like that.
Steve, on Saturday night you had your 4th line going again, kind of 10 minutes at least throughout the lineup. What does that do for the rest of your lines, and as coaching staff, why do you appreciate that?
It's so important, Mike. I think, you know, when we have an opportunity to play our 4th line and take minutes away from our top 9, it's great. And to have the comfort for Randy, to have the comfort to play Trevor's line, it's everything. So now it's harder for you know, the opposing coaches to match up against us. So for us to have the opportunity to play 12 forwards is great, and we have to stay with that because it takes a lot of the pressure off of Phil, JVR, and Tyler to take those extra minutes. We know last year that was a challenge, and it's nice we've gotten away from that this year.
And you've had guys kind of start at the bottom and move up, like Peter Holland's kind of gotten more opportunities. So what does that message do send to a guy like David Booth, for example?
Well, yeah.
Work his way into.
Yeah, Peter's got that opportunity because he's earned it. I think he's come in here and started as maybe a 4th line center and has earned penalty killing time, power play time. and obviously 5-on-5 against the other team's best players on certain nights. So for David Booth, it's getting his feet underneath him now. He's missed a lot of hockey, but he's a veteran guy, and he gives us some depth on our fourth line. But we know if there's a situation, we can throw him up in the top two because we know of his experience and he can score. But now it's just a matter of getting his feet underneath him, but it's getting better.
Steve, David Clarkson said that he spent some time talking to you last year when you were with the Marlies, just about trying to get back on track. What are you noticing about his game from year to year?
Yeah, he's coming to the rink smiling again. You know, he enjoys coming to work every day. We know the difficulties and the challenges sometimes coming in here into this market. He's a local boy, and I think felt a lot of pressure last year. It's well documented, and for now, he's coming in. He's enjoying coming to the rink. He feels loose, and this game's 99% mental. He scored 30 goals a couple of times in this league. We know he can score, and now he's doing it with confidence. So I think for anything, it's day-to-day maintenance with David. We talk daily, and you know, he's just one of those players that needs to have feedback, and I'm that guy that hopefully that can continue to provide that.
Are there certain reminders that you kind of hit on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for him, it's very simple. It's keeping his game very simple. It's getting pucks in deep. It's getting to the net. When you look, it was a nice goal he scored last game, but a lot of his goals come within that blue paint area where you're getting tips and getting rebounds. But, you know, it's just keeping it very simple with him and making sure he knows what he needs to do to stay successful. But more than anything for me, it's mental. When he's in a good mental state, he's a valuable guy, and he feels good about his game right now.
Yeah, I imagine confidence is what you're talking about there. 7 goals, it's easy to kind of know that you're doing the right things when you're getting rewarded, I imagine.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing. He's shooting the puck again, and he's getting to the net. And it's nice to see him get rewarded because he worked very, very hard this summer to put some weight on and get bigger and stronger. So it's nice to see the rewards from that.